Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Production Line, where in the previous episode we managed to not go bankrupt and we now have a working car factory that's making plenty of money. So we've just done a bit of research. Oh, again with the insufficient resources, it seems to be getting worse if anything. Might have just come across a step that I didn't have any materials in stock for. Yeah, we'll work on that, but we've researched body specialization, so we can now split this anyway into 3 different sections. And that should speed up a lot this bit and mean that we have this bit becomes the bottleneck rather than this section. Because at the moment, even though this takes longer to process something, this is struggling more to run all the time, and it's ending up taking slightly more time, which is a waste. We can speed it up a little bit, and then if we speed it up a lot, we can just like just add in another paint thing and get things moving even quicker. Though we will have to worry about the engine fitting section being a little bit slow as well, though definitely not as slow, so it'll help anyway. But yeah, at the moment this is the main bit to work on. It's the bit that's going slowest, so let's start seeing about fitting these extra bits. We can split it into more later, but for the moment this is... oh, there we go, we've researched efficiency, so we can now look at... let's have a scroll down. We can speed up some of the painting processes. Well, that'll be good. I was literally just talking about that pretty much. But then there's also the faster resource imports. Faster conveyor I don't think is too much of a problem because it only affects things the first time a car goes through the system, and then it's just like a single car takes longer to go through, but cars will still be being worked on as much whether your conveyors are faster or slower. Oh, and that's the boost speed at which resource importers play. Okay, so there's 2 different upgrades. One to increase the rate at which the importers put stuff onto the overhead conveyors, and then one for the actual speed of the conveyors. So I'm not sure which one is better, really. Both fairly equal, I guess. Also, what is this? Power plant efficiency. Well, for that we'd need a power plant. I guess you can do power plants. Yeah, there's a power plant. There's a power production. A bit of research, which I guess is something to do with the thing we can see up in the top usually, that's got all the negative. Well, it's all red and says 0 out of something. So I guess that means that we're paying for our power, whereas we could instead generate our own power and maybe even sell it to get some extra money. Maybe we could just make a profitable power plant out of part of the factory. That could work. But yeah, I think we probably want to get on with this. I mean, there was. At the moment, there's a million different things we want to work on. Really, I just want to research everything so that it's all available. But we'll do the drying thing because we're about to fix the slowness of the body assembly anyway. So I'm going to try that. It's going to take a while. I mean, not really that long. It's going to take 4 minutes, I think, something to that effect. Right. So I guess I'm just going to extend these belts out here and then just build this section around here, loop it back around and join it up with this, and then we'll at some point deconstruct these. Or just keep them in, because I guess like they're still making a profit in the way that they work, and selling them would lose a bunch of the initial investment sort of thing. So we could just do all of it at once, and that'd still work. We could run these ones into some new painting stuff entirely or something like that. Actually, this thing can only deal with a certain amount of consumption, though it's taking 1 per 31.5 seconds. There's a bit more room in it to supply things, but not that much. Okay, let's just start building this stuff. Let's leave a bit of a gap there, so if we want to in future, we could potentially split something off in this direction if it's good. Is there any reason to? There's the 3 steps. It's annoying how there's like loads of stuff along this side, but along this side there's nothing. It's like you could easily rebalance these into more conveniently shaped stuff that fit together better and use less space. But that's fine. And let's just immediately run this stuff down to here. And then this, and then where does it need to run to? It needs to go down to here. I don't know if we want to connect it to that or not. I'm just gonna leave that for now. We'll work that out in a minute once stuff's already running down it and causing all sorts of chaos, perhaps. Right, there's. We probably want to use this importer over here to not put so much strain on this one. It's not running all the time, but if we get 2 orders at once, then it's going to slow down one of them because it's working on the other. And we can afford it, so importer, bonk, There's even an exporter right there that we could potentially make use of in the future. Right, where do these need to run through it? Here, here, and oh, and there. That's awkward. I guess we can just run them all the way down this bit. Connect. Oh, really? We've got to go around for that little bit there. I'm actually gonna just do this. And then run this all the way back up to here. To connect up to that one, and that's all good. And it may not even get supplied from that one, but I guess we'll see. It's having issues with insufficient resources, but it might just be that it's taking a while to build up its supplies yet, maybe? I hope. Keeps flashing up with it. It's weird that it happens. Oh, now it's taking a while, but it's weird that it happens so shortly, because it's like, is that just that it's taking a second for the resources to hop from here to here? I mean, this one is clearly one where it needs to be delivered in. So it's not the best. We're definitely having issues with that, and I'm sure that I'll get better at working that out in future. I guess there's a couple of spots around here to put some stockpiles in, which is nice. But we've already got some over here. Oh, next slot not found. Of course, it's building up because we've not sent it anywhere yet. So now, what are the times for these? Oh, we've finished faster drying. Fantastic. Next research project. Ooh. I'm not going to bother with splitting this stuff up anymore. Oh, we can actually manufacture the components here, which is nice. But we'll get to that a little bit later. So, faster resources we'll do first. Get things running along the conveyors a little bit quicker. So this takes, oh, it takes 40 seconds. And this one takes 9 seconds. 13 seconds. So these are massively imbalanced, and I should have like 5 of these to balance with everything else. Yeah, 3 would be perfect. We'd end up overusing these a little bit, and we'd have some not working all the time, but the ratio of 3 to 1 there would be good. So I should have accounted for that a little bit better. I mean, we'd need to be making these every 13 seconds, not counting the ones already going into here. There's the showroom. 2 cars in it, all working nicely. How to sort this? The thing is, in the meantime, all this stuff's building up that we'll be able to make use of later. What's the time on this now? Because it should have changed. It's not. Maybe I misunderstood what was going on there, and I've just researched something irrelevant. Yeah, we can actually split this up into more sections, so perhaps I was supposed to, I've made something I don't have more efficient. Well done me. Okay, let's pay more attention in future to exactly what we're researching and what it will do for us, so we don't end up wasting our scientists' time. We'll be able to use the research eventually. Yeah, so I'm thinking just build 3 more. Unfortunately, we'd have to, like, rent this thing out, and I ain't doing that yet. We're not at that sort of stage. No room for the belts to run through here. I should have put more space in. There's so much unused room here. Ah, it's fine. At some point we'll build a second one. We can build a second one right now. I'm going to do it right now. Fit body frame. And we'll just put it here. And it's messy, but whatever. I was going to say it's our first factory, but it's not. But it's our first successful one. It's our first one that's lasted more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to say that counts. Resource conveyor, and then we'll just do this. It's not the prettiest, but it's something. It'll speed things up. Right, now let's get this looped back round to the paint stuff, but we need more paint stuff. We need like stupid amounts of it. So let's build a new painting section, and then we finished some research. I might research specialization on painting, if that's even a thing, because I can't seem to find the... No, it's right there. It's literally right there, and it's 400. Okay, we'll do that then. So maybe I shouldn't have built this. But it's going to take a minute anyway for this to be researched. Now I sort of don't want to do this next step, because in a second we'll be able to do it so much better. Ah, forget it. Run the conveyors. That is not the best. Really? Really? The pathing is, I imagine, being worked on, and it will improve at a later time a bit. And seeing as these are continuing to not be quick enough, I'm just going to do this. Hopefully this bit will work right. So now this will be prioritized, but it should mean that the other ones are always running, hopefully. Now these... yeah, we'll just do this for now. As well, because... at the moment these won't always be running, so we'll be speeding it up a little bit anyway. Oh, this needs to get to the stockpile. Doop. Okay, insufficient resources is becoming a much bigger problem now that I'm massively overtaxing this poor thing. I'm ruining everything. I'm not using stockpiles, and I really should be. I'm going to build more of them and try and make them work. Let's just plonk some right here. We'll start with one and then go from there. I think we need to connect this up with that. And then on items too, I'm going to add more paint because we probably need more paint. Paint, paint, paint. Where is the paint? There's the paint. And we've now researched the paint specialization. Now we've just built some painting stuff, of course. What does this do? I think it just speeds up the painting process rather than adding any new sections to it. What do the robots do? Extra robots. Does it just like help everything? It might do. Which is nice. Oh, we're not actually allowed to expand our factory till we've done this research here. I'll try more robots. It sounds like it's a really good general upgrade. 6 paint. And then this one is struggling the most. This one is like pretty much fine. I mean, it's not running the whole time, which helps. So this section in particular, what does it require? Roll cage, hood, trunk, front bumper, rear bumper. All that stuff. Alright. Where's a roll cage? Let me see. Begins with R. There it is. 2 of those. The bumpers. Front bumper. Rear bumper. Front arch. Rear arch. I mean, I've already done this all once, but this is a much better position for this thing to be in. And it's right next to this stuff here, and so on. What else is required? Hood, trunk, trim, vent. Okay. Hood. Oh, did I... there we go. 2 of those. Trunk. There. 2 of those. Trim. There it is. I can't tell whether I need like 2 or 4 of that. We'll go with 2 for now. We've done some more research. More specialization seems good, though there is all this stuff down at the bottom that I haven't paid any attention to, which is adding extra things, which is always good for improving the price of the cars. Actually, I want to do power production, because I want to see if you can just turn your factory into a massive power plant and just ignore cars altogether. Whether it lets it work like that. Trim, what was the one last thing? It was vents. It said front vent, but I think it's just called vent. There it is. 2 of those. Don't know how much space we're using in this now. 12. 20. 26, 28. We've got like 8 slots left in that, which is good, so we could potentially use that for stuff. We'll see if we have any more issues. Oh, this has stopped. What was it waiting for? It's hard to tell, because by the time you click on it, it's gone. I mean, we are in triple speed, which doesn't make... doesn't help things much. This has stopped. What has it stopped on? I clicked on the car instead of the factory bit. Yeah, this is going all over the place. I wish it went over more of a long term, so you could get a better idea of waiting for vehicles. So now we're having the issues of the chassis assembly is taking too long, and of course I've boxed it in, so I can't build them any quicker, because I'm dumb. I'm gonna wait till this It says insufficient resources for more than a second, and then we can work out what the problem is. If it does happen again, it might not now that we've... Oh, this one is struggling. It needs front arches and rear arches. That's what it's struggling for. Let's add more of them to the stockpile then. We already got a bunch of them, but... Yeah, I'll put it up to like 8. We've got the room. Actually, I think that means we don't have the room anymore. We're using all of it. Still, this is struggling for a second. Didn't get a chance to see what it was. Oh, now it is. Vents. This just, like, is, like, never has anything. This is just terrible. We need another stockpile just for that section. It doesn't actually matter that much, though, because at the moment this is now limiting everything by far, and I've literally left no way of adding in any more of this production. We'll have to work on chassis specialization, maybe. We'll have to work on buying this, basically, because we just can't. There's this line here. No, this doesn't work. Maybe there's underground belts in this game. That'd be good. Wow, look at... There's a bit of build-up here now. Yeah, the limiting factors are actually these things here. We've researched our power plant. Let's research this so that we can... I don't know. When we build the next one, it'll be better. This is all still built up here, so even though this isn't running at full speed, it's still being limited more by this, which makes sense, because this takes 25 seconds, and these both take 55 seconds, so they're going slightly slower. Only slightly, though. Building one more would quickly make all of this run down, I believe. So at the moment, until we do some major restructuring, I've sort of got this going as quick as it can, I think. This stuff will eventually run down, I imagine. There's a little bit of a gap there, so it doesn't last very long, though. I don't know, we'll see. We're running at triple speed, eventually we'll get there. How's the showroom doing? 2 cars in it. How many cars have we sold so far? We have sold 142. And we've now been running our factory for more than 24 hours. The time of the way time works in this game is very weird. And confusing. Oh, this is struggling for resources. This is not good. This is the bottleneck. I mean, I could just throw money at the problem and build another section here, and then it wouldn't be a problem at all anymore. And this would then be the limiting thing. In fact, it should be, because this is slightly quicker, but there's limitations like all through the system which slow things down a bit. So yeah, we would have to build more accessory fitting sections to be able to cope with any extra engine fitting stuff. Alright. Let's build some power plants. Takes 5,000. Oh, we've already done some more research. Oh, we'll do factory expansion so that we can fix that massive problem we've made. Yeah, so power plants, they cost 5,000. Well, they do involve, like, employees, and employees require pay, and I don't know how much pay that would be. I sort of want to just, like, buy this section here and be like, this is the power plant, and just fill it with them. Let me see, let's just try plonking one down. Oh, it is actually quite large structure. For some reason I was imagining it as being a single square, even though nothing has been that so far. Apart from, like, conveyors and stuff. I see no problem in building something around here. So let's do that. And now immediately we're dealing with more than 10% of our power demands. And I imagine this is more efficient than paying for our power, so I guess we'll keep doing it. We have the money to just build a bunch of these. Oops, wrong one. Just get 8 of them. See how that does us. There we go. We were in the. We were actually positive for a second. Okay, we'll add 2 more, and then it'll stop flickering so madly. There we go. We can now deal with anything our current factory setup throws at us. And maybe we're now making money from power? No idea. Is there a way of telling? It seems like the only income we're possible it's possible for us to get is by selling cars, because it's the only thing that's coming up here. But I guess if we look at our expenses, yep, they've now dropped dramatically. Well, was most of our money going into power? Because now there's like no expenses anymore. But we weren't making any profit for a little bit there. So it might be that we're instead using... I don't know how it works. It wouldn't make sense for it to be taken away from our profit. That is not how money works. Oh no, it's income and profit. I'm being a derp. That's what it is. So we didn't get any income, or we haven't yet in this particular section. That's why we've overall lost money. But I'm guessing that is our overall money there, which is going quite nicely. We've nearly made back all the money that we had to start with, which is nice. We've nearly broken even overall. It's just a matter of time. We've got all this stock just queuing here. We've got things queuing in the painting sections. This is no good. I thought this was supposed to be working quicker than the paint. Actually, it's not working quicker than the paint. It's just working quicker than the very first step of production. Did we end up? Yeah, we've now split that up so we can fit axles. We can then split that up even more in future. But yeah, we've already got it split into 3 sections: fit axles, fit undercarriage, fit fuel tank. And just actually show the times on here. So 13 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds. That makes things almost twice as fast. Pretty much twice as fast. Now, if only I could build it. We'll have to work that out next time. Very soon the research should be done. In like the next few seconds, I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, very close to completion. As soon as that's done, we can start expanding out and we can fix our mess by just building, like just tearing that up and building a new, much better section over here that feeds this. And at some point in the future, we're just going to tear this whole thing apart and build a new one, because I've already made an utter mess of this whole thing. But with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.